Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. How is everyone doing? Hope everyone is well. So I will answer and explain the question to you for. Please don't skip and watch this video.
The first question, the three stacks of computer-assisted language learning. The history of computer-assisted language learning is generally divided into three main stacks, each reflecting the dominant pedagogical approach and technological advancement of its time. The first stack is behavioristic call, structural call, communicative call, and integrative call. The first stack is behavioristic call or structural call, prevalent from the 1960 to the 1970, where the computer functioned as a tutor. Programs in these stacks focus on habit formation through structural drill and practice with the primary goal of achieving formal accuracy. An example is a program that presents clues, the sentence or verb conjugation exercise, and provides only correct or incorrect feedback. Subsequently, in the 1980 and 1990, communicative call emerged with the advent of PC and the rise of the communicative language teaching approach in this text. The computer acted as a facilitator, supporting more open-ended exercise that centered on using language to convey meaning, with the main objective of achieving fluency. Examples including dialogue simulation program where students must type varied responses to a specific scenario. Finally, the 21st century brought about integrative call. Integrative call driven by multimedia and the internet. This text views the computer as a tool fully integrated into the teaching and learning process. This approach aims to integrate all language skills, reading, writing, listening, speaking, within authentic context and promote student agency. Practical examples include using Wikis or Google Docs for collaborative projects that involve real communication, or utilizing online platform for accessing and interacting with authentic discourse. And the question 2, advantage and disadvantage of using technology in the process of language learning. Category: access and resources. Advantages: fast and authentic resources, provides access to an unlimited supply of real-world material, videos, podcasts, articles. Accessibility and flexibility allows for learning anywhere, anytime, and at the learner's own pace, self-paced learning. Disadvantage: information overload. Learners can be overwhelmed by the sheer volume of available material. Requires technology or internet access. Digital divide limits opportunities for learners without reliable device or internet. Learning process: personalized learning. Adaptive platforms tailor content to individual strengths and weakness for efficiency. Increase engagement, the use of multimedia, gamification, exemplary criteria apps, Duolingo, and interactivity boosts motivation. Disadvantage: lack of nuanced feedback. Automate systems struggle to provide the subtle, qualitative feedback that a human teacher offers. Distraction, constant notification, social media, and unrelated content can easily divert attention. Communication. Advantage real-time communication facilitates direct interaction with native speakers globally. Language exchange apps, video conferencing. Disadvantage limited authentic social interaction cannot fully replicate the nuances, non-verbal cues, and spontaneity of face-to-face conversation. And the last skill, advantage, skill integration, multimedia tools, natural combined reading, listening, and writing or speaking practice. Disadvantage, over reliance on tools. Learners may become dependent on translator or grammar check tools, hindering independent problem-solving skill. 5 to 7 new vocabulary words associated with technology. Algorithmic bias, a systemic and repeatable error in computer system output that creates unfair outcomes, often by reflecting pre-existing social prejudice present in the training data. Example, an AI hearing tool was found to have algorithmic bias because it consistently disadvantages female candidates. Gamification, the application of game design elements and principles such as points, badges, and leaderboards to non-game contexts like language education to engage to motivate user. Example, the language apps use of gamification turn daily vocabulary practice into a fun competition. The augmented reality, a technology that superimposes a computer-generated image into a user's view of the real world, providing a composite view. Example, through an augmented reality app, language students call pointer point at a landmark and see its name appear in the target language. Synchronous or asynchronous, term describing the timing of online interaction. Synchronous means happening in real time. Exemplification, a live Zoom class. While synchronous means not happening in real time, activities are completed on a personal schedule. Exemplification, forum posts. Example, the course include synchronous weekly discussion and synchronous homework assignment. Digital footprint, the trail of data or information left behind by user activities on the internet. Example, every comment and file upload to the class server contributes to the student permanent digital footprint. Bandwidth, the maximum rate of data transfer across a given path. It commonly refers to the speed and capacity of an internet connection. Example, students with low bandwidth often struggle with the live video components of the online lesson. The last, inclusivity in technology, the practice of designing and developing technology so that it is easily usable and accessible by people with a wide range of abilities and characteristics. Exemplification, user with disabilities. Example, the educational platform priorities inclusivity by ensuring all video lessons had closed caption and high contrast text. Thank you for listening to my explanation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, how are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay, today we are discuss about simple tense. What is simple tense? Mungkin kalian sudah pernah tahu apa itu simple tense. So, the simple tense, the term simple tense refers to three fundamental verb tense in English, each used to describe action or state happening at a specific point in time. Present, past, or future in straightforward, non-continuous or non-complex manner. Okay, the first simple future tense. The simple future tense is used to express action or states that will happen in the future. This tense is forms using the modal will or be going to, manufactured, prediction or forecast to make a prediction about what will happen. Example, she will call you tomorrow. Spontaneous decision, to state decisions made at the moment of speaking. The example is usually, I'm thirsty, I will buy a drink. Truth define plan or intention using be going to express a plan or intention that has been decided beforehand. Example, we are going to move to new house next month. Use premise or over to state a promise or overhelp. Usually, example, I will help you with your homework. The form is sentence type. Itu ada positif, negatif, question. Sentence types positif using will itu subject plus will plus verb 1 per infinitive plus object. Using be going to subject plus to be itu ada am, is or are plus going to plus verb 1 plus object. Sentence types negative itu sentence plus will plus not plus verb 1 bar infinitive plus object. Using be going to subject plus to be plus not plus going to plus verb 1 plus object. Question, using will plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. Using be going to be plus subject plus going to plus verb 1. It is catatan, will not is often contracted to won't. The verb one used is the bar infinitive, the best form of the verb without to. Understand? Oke, kita lanjutkan ke simple past tense. The simple past tense is used to express action, event, or states that started and finished at a specific time in the past. Main function completed action in the past to explain an action that happened. Series of action in the past to recount several actions that happened sequentially in the past. Terus past habit to express a habit that was routinely done in the past but is no longer done new. Example, I went to the park yesterday. Formula sentence type sama dengan yang tadi, itu ada positif, negatif, dan question. Verbal using a verb, itu yang positif, subject plus verb 2 plus object. And using to be, subject plus to be, was or were, plus complement. Negative, subject plus did plus not plus verb 1. And using to be, subject plus to be, was or were, plus not plus complement. Question, did plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. Using to be, was or were, plus subject plus complement. Dan catatan, verb to is the past form of the verb. Verb can be regular at ed or d. Terus did is used for all subject in negative and question sentence. To be was for I, he, she, it singular subject, where for you, we, they plural subject. Okay. Yang the last terakhir simple present. The simple present tense is used to describe action or state that are habitual, generally true, or fixed schedules. Main function, habit, or routines. They explain activities that are done repeatedly. Fact or general truths. To state absolute truths that cannot be refuted. Fixed schedule. To refer to fixed schedule for event transportation, or activities. The example, the sun rises in the east. Untuk formnya, sentence type itu sama dengan tadi. Sentence types, formula verbal using a verb, subject plus verb 1 plus object. Using to be, subject plus to be, itu terdiri dari am, is, or is, are, plus complement. Yang negatif, subject plus do or does plus not plus verb 1. Using to be, as plus to be plus not plus complement. Question, do or does plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. Using to be plus subject plus complement. And then catatan, verb 1 plus subject is used if the subject is he, she, it, or a singular subject. Do is used for subject I, you, we, they, or plural subject. Does is used for subject he, she, it, or a singular subject. Okay. And now I will give exercise. Sekarang kalian buka di Google itu namanya Wayground. Dan saya akan kasih nanti kodenya.
Okay, I have sent link in the WA group. Please do it. Think enough our discuss for today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Finally, I will conclude from everything I have explained. We've covered a lot today. We saw how call evolved from the computer as a tutor heuristic to a facilitator communicative, and finally to a fully integrated tool and integrative. We also discussed the powerful advantages and potential pitfalls of technology in language learning. Crucially, we laid the grammatical groundwork by reviewing the three essential simple tense. Keep practicing this sentence. Explore the teach vocabulary and use online tools like Wayground to boost your English skill. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.